Hey creative friends, it's Gwen and I'm back in the studio today working with Pink Fresh Studios' Noteworthy collection. Today's share is part of Scraptember. I will leave a link in the description box below for all the girls playing along. Let's get started by backing the cut file. Today's prompt is stars, and I've started by using this cut file by Cut to You called Star Row Halves. I've cut it out super large so that it fills the entire 12 by 12 background, and my idea is to position the photo somewhere there on the left and then have a feature title on the right. This is our pet cat Ferris, and this is how he spends his days. I love scrapbooking him, but I do find it a little bit challenging because he's a boy. I'm naturally drawn to florals and pretty things, so I will tend to scrapbook myself and my daughter ahead of my husband or our pet cat. But I do have a couple of strategies that I use when I am doing a more masculine layout. The first one being using primary colors. I love more bold colors for boys' layouts, and I especially enjoy using navy. I also like to include geometric shapes, elements like circles and stars, and even pattern backgrounds. They are all perfect for masculine pages. So while we've been chatting about that, I have backed my photo. I'm going to go with a contrasting color for this layout. It ends up being the navy and like a really pretty shade of purple. This is not a boys collection from Pink Fresh. I think it's just an everyday collection. It does have a little bit of, say, autumn or cooler tones rather than soft spring tones. I did want to share with you that you don't need a boys scrapbook collection to scrapbook boys. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go with the navy and this really pretty deep purple tone. I am going to lock the position of my photo in. I have raised it up on foam that you can see there. That's the green. That's just foam that I get from Spotlight. It's a big box store here in Australia. So I am going to stick that down there on the left. I have tucked one of the tags from the collection behind there. I really like to use tags as layers in my embellishment clusters. I very rarely will just use a tag to write journaling on. I use them much more as little ephemera pieces and parts that I can layer in to make the layout interesting. So with that all sorted, I have mapped out to the position of my title on the right there. It is going to be Everyday Life. So now I get to play with all the little bits and pieces in the collection. When I'm at this stage in the process, I am actually quite often looking more for things to exclude than things to include on my page. And I know that sounds crazy. I talk a little bit about it on my channel. What I will do is sweep through embellishment packs, and if there's anything that comes to mind that is an immediate no for the page, so something that might be too big, the wrong color, the wrong shape, I will immediately exclude it so that then when I'm actually creating and in the bones of the process, I'm only making choices between elements that could work. This change in my process has been a total game changer for my creating. I know that's a big call, but I really suffer from indecision in my everyday life, day to day, and of course, while I'm scrapbooking as well. So reducing the number of options I have has really helped speed up my scrapbooking process, but more so, it's just made it far more enjoyable. So as I was doing my little sweep of the supplies, I kind of got this feeling that I wasn't going to have enough just with the blue and the purple elements. So it was time to add in an extra color. I did really love that cute rainbow that's above the words Everyday Life, and it had a lovely shade of green in it. And then I found this cute little floral cluster and it has the same green. So I was like, you know what? Let's make green that third color on the page, but I will only add it very sparingly. There's also a little bit of green in this cute little bird element. She is sitting on a branch, so I'm loving that there's a touch of green up there. Including those touches of green has actually helped me to create a visual triangle for the page. So there's the green in the bird above the photo, then there's the green underneath the title Everyday Life, and I've also added a little pop of green in a very small round element on the bottom right hand corner of the photo. So that creates a little triangle and it will help draw the eye across the page like so. I love the addition of this cute little camera. It was on a card, and when I put the card on the layout it looked a bit blocky. So my solution for that was to fussy cut the element out, and it's perfect. It nestles in there above the word everyday really, really nicely. Loving the flow of that. I did change up the position of that green spot that was at the bottom corner of the photo. I am going to keep it up the top there near the bird because I found a really sweet round heart kind of enamel and I wanted to include that. So I will have to deal with the fact that there is no green down the bottom, and here is my solution for that. I'm going to add in some enamel dots. I'm going to use green and purple, so those two coordinating colors, but I am going to be a little bit strategic about it. I'm going to make sure that there are two green enamel dots in this bottom cluster and then one purple one, and then I'll do the opposite in the top cluster. I'll do two purple enamels and one green one, and just that little detail, just that little touch will help balance out the pops of green on the page and overall balance the flow of the layout. I don't often share the full process of me placing enamel dots because, yep, I audition those in lots of places as well. They come up quite easily actually. You can reposition them pretty easy, and if they do lose their sticky, you can add a drop of Nouveau Deluxe adhesive behind them and then they're good as new. I am finally happy with that placement right there. I'm going to leave you some close-up images so that you can see all the details for the page. So that's the full page there. And if you're looking for some more ideas on how to scrapbook boys, I do have this video right here that you'll find inspiring. Thanks so much for being here, my creative friends, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, bye!